Wanna set up initially get attack sequence. Yeah. Hey buddies, how you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing fine right now. And well, this is the first time I bring this game mainstream, but it's gonna be particularly nice. So we're on the Stanley Parable. And I mean, it's gonna be my own parable though. I'm gonna do my choice, my parable, my rule. And I forgot to prepare the screen recording for this, so yeah, little setup up on stream right now. Unless they already stay. No. Great. Gee. And welcome to Abandoned PNGAs. Why is it not capturing Stanley Parable now? Jesus Christ. Okay, first of all, let's fix this. Oh, finally. Perfect. And we're on. Let me take turn the chat on my phone so I can check the chat and all. Alright, let's go. The end is never the end. Someone went crazy saying that the end is never.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although
Talk about the life.
might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Good for him, I guess.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Which is?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Vacation.
No one showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Nah. I'm gonna stand there. Hello? Yeah? There's another call center, fuck them. Papers, I don't wanna leave this place. What if I just don't obey the narrator and mind my own business? I'm safe in office 427. I don't need to leave office 427. I just need to wait for my next order. Which is gonna come right now. Yo, pal. I said right now. Boss, would you send an order to this freaking computer so I can get back to work as operator 427? No? Bloody hell, that asshole. Hey, call the boss! Tell him to send back the orders. What the fuck is 429? Fuck him. We're gonna fire him anyway. Man, what a freaking boredom to wait for orders. Alright, just this once I'm gonna listen to him.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Hey.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Go to the meeting room. Nah. I ain't gonna go to the meeting room, pal. I'm gonna go through this door. Never mind that. It's past through to open doors. I wanna go through the wall.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What? Fuck you! Fuck the narrator coming straight from the underground!
This was the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, I don't give a fuck about this.
Yes,
Ooh,
truly
soda.
a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Yeah.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Sorry, what the fuck is this calligraphy, man?
At this point,
a doctor.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Yeah. I'll leave it here. This is my new home. Fuck that office in 427.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
No, I ain't gonna do that. Come on, I dare you. Try me. Try me, narrator. Come on. Come at me, bruh. Come on. Come at me, motherfucker. I'm right here. You scared? You scared of a little Stanley? Nice home. Thank you, man. It's a very nice place. Got a soda machine, and a couch, and another couch, and another couch. One of those block notice thingies, some paintings, a sofa, a few more couches, some cups. Yeah, the cups. And okay, this house sucks. But for $2 a month, it's kinda good. So, you know what? We should renovate this. So, to start, first of all, move this box away. We're gonna then need some wood veneer and galvanized square seals while borrowing some fixing screws from my aunt to redefine the place here. Bro's not scared of narrator. The narrator's scared of bro. I'm more interested in using the galvanized square steel to expand the space, especially using the expanding screws to smash the window and create more space around this coffin house. Then add a bed around here and a small kitchen next to the bed. so I can have a good smell of my cooking while sleeping. After that, I don't know. I'm not as good as those Chinese renovation videos. Ooh, coffee. I should love some coffee. You actually keep that bullshit?
He'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Cargo lift. Geronimo!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very
It's badass! I cannot say the complete sentence because I may get banned from Twitch for that, but yeah, what I did was badass. The bullshit is what I do best. Vegan bullshit is also what I do best. Damn. That's true,
All of his
nice.
co-workers were gone.
Yeah,
What could it
yeah.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
I wanna
first,
see what
just
else
to
I
admire
can
it.
see. Where else I can go.
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah. I wanna see what other options I have.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So if I stand on this
Look,
thing...
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I
are
realize that
you?
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
I wanna get to
Someone
that
you've
door.
forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why? I don't
like,
know
no
how
shit,
to
Sherlock?
convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
How so,
Let me
huh?
prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I call cap on you, narrator. You know that? I'm calling cap on your ass. So, let's see. It's gonna be some bullshit, obviously. To be ban. I didn't have your office in Vtuber in zone.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm colorblind. What's red? JK, but still. Are you Morpheus or what? Wait, was it the red pill or the blue pill in Matrix? I forgot. Wait. Wait. Let me check it back because I forgot if it was the red pill or good blue pill. Okay, red pill, you wake up from a matrix, it's a blue pill. So are we gonna delve deep into the matrix or just keep living in the matrix and fuck that shit? Watch it be cow shit instead of bullshit.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nah, I wanna sleep in the matrix.
I still don't think you're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
That seems like a weird shade of red.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Okay.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
If you choose a bad algorithm, it's not my choice.
Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining?
Bruh, if you can't the game design and choose a bad algorithm for loading, it's not my fault.
I don't think I put a lot of time into that because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing.
And yet you still did. What kind of a DM are you?
Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours.
Man, fuck you.
This game better. What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skills?
Never played the D&D. I want to choose my own story, man.
Absolutely nothing so far.
Huh?
Tell you what.
Uh-huh.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I'm gonna go to the left now.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
5 out of 5.
You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Is that Valve?
Baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game. All about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter,
it's not about the baby.
I'm completely out of ideas.
It's about sending a message.
Think of a single thing that might improve the experience.
Batman. It's about sending a message. You know that.
I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Bye.
Since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
All right.
Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
No Russian.
Well, Stanley, is this any better?
No, mine was more preference to Dark Knight.
A game I had absolutely nothing to do with.
Nah,
but is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley.
But this is an old snapshot. We're missing a lot of content from the most recent versions of Minecraft. That you have a crappy PC narrator.
A greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Alright.
This will go here.
A house of mud and shit. You can't even enter this house.
Does it need yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes.
This is a house.
I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
Bruh, it fucking
But you've only
sucks.
seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Yeah, and into this pile of shit. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Well, like it. Okay, so again, galvanized square steel, wood veneer, expanding screws borrowed from my aunt. Mwah. It's gonna be a lovely house. So I need that music there. Wait, let me get it. YouTube. Found it. So I'm gonna change my name from Victor into Little John, and I'm gonna start renovating the place. So, fucking hell, YouTube. So let's prepare some galvanized square steel. We'll expand the place for 300 square meters. Then prepare the wood veneers for making a comfortable bed. After that, borrow the mounting screws and fix the galvanized square steel to the mud and shit. After that, I don't know, fuck it. I'm not a goddamn Little John. Yeah, should have done for at least 20 eternities. Let's make it part into Connor's hopes and dreams. Yeah.
Isn't it grand?
No.
Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
The fuck? What the fuck are you on, man? I wanna know the contact of your pusher. Or your digital chip pusher. Like seriously, you have one real bad plug for this shit, let me tell you that.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. Hey, cool. We can mine it and... wait, do we have a diamond pickaxe? An iron pickaxe at least.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
What? Hell yeah! I love this song!
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love
Portal!
it.
This is Portal! I love this song!
In a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out.
Portal!
Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Well, a funny thing about the Portal song. The video of the Portal song on YouTube, which lasts around 10 hours, around a certain moment of the video, there is just a clip of a guy partying with the song in background.
It's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
What this? Monkey C cube. What this?
Genius.
No, okay.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of
You
these
did full
games,
damage.
and I highly doubt
Well,
you're
in the
any
first
wiser for the
clip,
experience.
yeah.
Which is why.
Oh. Ooh. Uh-oh. Ouch. Huh. Well, that's new. Hmm. Hmm. Destra, la direzione giusta. Vissa gioco con l'Italia, so would get. And. Hmm. 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 I'm not understanding a single thing right now. No one says gonna jump scare me out. Like what? I'm gonna get Freddy Fazbear to just come out and jump scare my ass. Yeah, sure, narrator, sure. I can see you do that. Ah, I did. Alright. Alright. So. No. And this leads nowhere. So. Yeah. Well, it's the only direction. Wait. Nah. You aren't doing that. My hobbies! Yeah. Eh? Cazzo è sta merda? What the hell?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's
Nah. You
that
don't
is what I
get
mean to this world.
Let me talk.
Yes,
Nah.
there's no other way.
Yeah, I'll
Once
be
this
back.
ends, after it
Because
all comes to a
I
close,
always
that's
come
it.
back.
The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Keep waiting, motherfucker. Keep waiting. I'm right here.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
There's some weird sound. Okay, this is actually unexpected.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's see if I go to
lounge
the
was
red door.
sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yeah.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yeah.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Хорошо. Let's find Oh my god, I heard about that one too. Why did they name it that?
This is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Let's piss him off.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Are you sure this is the red door? Chat, is this the red door or is that one? Smells like red. Tastes like red. Looks like a shade of... Well, actually, it's a series of shades of red because of bad painting from whoever painted this door. And the door handle is also red. But there's also this other thing which is red, and it's a brighter red than this door. Plus, this other side is dark red, which kinda kills the purpose of it. So, I was sure this is actually the red door. Or maybe... Yeah. Yeah, it actually sounds like red as well. Huh. Well, let's give him some trust then.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here.
Alright, I'm going back.
Running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
I'm running in circles around you. Alright, let's go through this door, come on. Not too dark, I'm off. Alright. Now the narrator is gonna kill me. He meant to hurt me.
What are we looking for?
You told me. The fuck is this? Interstellar? Nah, I prefer Gravity. I prefer Gravity a lot more. It was way cooler. That movie was way cooler than Interstellar, and you can't change my mind. I mean, Interstellar had some epic scenes and stuff, but Gravity had a lot more realism, even because that whole shit about basically getting lost in space, like Sandra Bullock did in that movie. It's actually really accurate. Like, if shit happens, obviously, there is a chance they may send someone to help the astronauts and such, but it's not only it's not confirmed, but it's still quite realistic because shit like this can happen when going to space like that. But they also use some interesting principles of physics, which I'm not sure how well they would work in space, since I'm not a space engineer. But like the scene where she uses how's called, the fire extinguisher as some kind of propulsor, like a jetpack, for moving from an American station to a Chinese one, or was it the opposite? I forgot. You scared?
Here, yes. Oh, it's beautiful.
Turn off the lights, man!
Just stay right here, right in this moment with this place. Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Bruh. Try one of my digital trips and then we talk back.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
Let's give it some thoughts up. No, but for yeah, this is some weird psychedelic shit, which not really too much into, but yeah, these are some pretty cool bananas. Oh well.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Okay. I climb the
Stanley,
stairs.
let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Convince me. Convince me not to do this,
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Fuck you!
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Again! Again! Let's do it again! Okay, now let's go.
Stanley, please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Are you some kind of drunk junkie, man? Seriously, get into a community, get yourself treated then. Too bright. Now this is what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna do a flipper!
Stanley,
Ow.
let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Nah.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Okay, I kinda feel sorry for him.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Should we give him some more false hope, or... You know what would help right now here? A big fat joint. Like, I would smoke one huge trumpet with like 30 grams of MJ in it. I would make a nice mix of Gorilla Blue, lemonades, some classic purple aids, a little bit of amnesia, some hash, probably Ooh, let's go for some Afghan hash. Yeah, Afghan. And a few puffs and you're in space. Alright, let's go back from jumping. Let's go back to jumping. Come on.
No, perhaps not.
You can't jump. Oh, voila!
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
We actually edging him? We're actually edging this motherfucker.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
Edging and hooning in space in here. La 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 la. We edge him hard. We're not making come. I'm gonna keep edging him. And the guy never really lasted long when trying to edge. Woohoo!
Is it over?
Ouch.
It's going to restart, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going back.
Yeah. Kinda feel sorry for him.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I wanna check one thing
When
with the
Stanley
trucks.
came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I'm going again there.
Perhaps he wanted to
But
stop
because
by
I
the
wanna test a
employee
little
lounge
thing.
first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but
We cannot
eager
let
to get
him
back
get
to business,
come.
Stanley took the first
He's
open
not
door
gonna
on his
come
left.
with me. I'm gonna keep him on edge.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop.
Oh.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero
Okay,
consideration? But in his eagerness to prove
Back.
that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley left from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bend is never, bend is never. Hey. Let's interact with other PCs.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Don't care, narrator. Don't really care. Who's playing solitaire? Man, no, I wanna play solitaire. Or maybe play Calculator? Calculator seems like a really fun game. I mean, I remember when there was that glitch where you would try to do
When
the
Stanley came to
how the fuck was that weapon called? There was this
set of two
weapon,
open doors, he entered the door on his
the
left.
rapier there, the rapier-like weapon,
This was not the
and you
correct way
would try
the
to rapier
meeting
with,
room, and
with
Stanley
zero
knew
for
it
some
perfectly
reason.
well.
I
Perhaps
think
he
I
wanted to
would
stop by the employee
glitch and
lounge
such,
first, just to admire it.
saying something like error, like man, that glitch on
Stanley
calculator
felt
was
lightheaded,
damn.
butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Let's put Charlie in my
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Monkey see, monkey do.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here.
What a
it's,
shitty DM.
Left.
No, I wanna go right. But you know what? Fuck you.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's to the right, my mistake.
You're an asshole, you know that, narrator.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking gouge his eyes out.
Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay,
Right
yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Yeah, in front of Raccoon. Okay.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's go. What the?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
Bro?
Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
I really have picked
Okay,
that
then.
video
It's
notes.
an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bro, you forgot the doors!
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Really? Really? Fucking. You gotta be fucking kidding. Hello?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
No shit.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
I mean, it's the only freaking way back. You're fucking with me, aren't you?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what?
Pro tip,
Since I've
get your
completely
DM
forgotten
not
what we were
safe.
supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Oh yeah, I
You
won.
put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right.
Is
I
that
have a
it?
solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Come on. Narrator. Yoo-hoo! Narrator! Oh, finally solitaire. No. No! Can't play solitaire. Can't play solitaire. Why? Why did you do this to me? Oh well. Oh, this shitty line, come on.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on.
I like your world's magic, man.
There? Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Okay, I like your funny words, magic man, but See if we can find the story. Come on. We gotta find it, come on!
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story?
The Stanley Parable.
Is any of this ringing a bell?
Wait. Now I'm confused. Now I'm actually, I'm genuinely confused. Do we go here? Or do we go?
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you. Everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
The adventure line just goes out.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Let's get
Why can't we
back
make
to
up our
us.
own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Whatever. At this point, there's no way.
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh no,
the
not you
backrooms?
again. Stanley.
Yay!
The line from having any role
Yellow
in the
line, I
story.
miss you.
No lines or monitor rooms.
Yellow line.
Just don't acknowledge
Yellow
it.
line,
We should be
yellow line.
fine.
Yellow line, yellow line, yellow line, yellow line. No! No! Go see it. Put it back. Go see it. Then go see it. And here. And but that. What am I gonna do without my yellow line? What am I gonna do? Yellow line.
Ah,
Guide me,
choice.
please.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere the place where we're trying to
Wait,
go,
which line is that?
there must be
Pooh!
a reverse door that
Why does this line have to be red? Why not a yellow
means that
line?
our destination
Shut up! Why
corresponds
this red line and not
to
yellow?
the reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
It's really the your.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped?
Uh-oh.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
I don't know.
So,
You tell me.
okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right
This
now.
is not Fernet
We'll
Branca.
find out, won't we? Eventually.
Wait,
Well,
I'm
in the
confused.
meantime, if you do happen to have a...
Io che cazzo era quello?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's my yellow line though?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
Okay,
knew
it's
it
back
perfectly
to
well.
normal.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too much, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Let's take my first
And so
open
he
door to my
detoured
left.
through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh well, let's try following this way.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go
Wait,
up to his boss's office,
admin,
hoping he might
okay,
find an
Mondays.
answer there.
Reports. Reports. Okay. Everyone is unique, you most of all.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And I wanna go downstairs, so.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was
With
crazy.
this economy, it depends
And then
on the
something
kind of
occurred to
degree you have.
Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously
Crazy?
out of existence in a single moment for no reason
I
at
mean,
all.
I was not crazy
It
once.
made any logical
And you know what we
sense.
did? We locked
And
me
as
in a
Stanley
room.
pondered this,
A rubber
he
room.
began to make
A rubber
other
room
strange
full of rats.
observations.
And rats
For
make
example,
me crazy.
why couldn't he
Crazy.
see his feet
I was crazy
when he
once.
looked down? Why did
We locked me in
doors
a
close
room.
automatically behind him wherever
Rubber.
he went?
Rubber room
And
made
for
of.
that matter, these rooms were
made of
starting to
rubber.
look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This
No,
is all
I'm
a
hallucinating.
dream.
This is all LSD.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought
know
to
I'm
himself,
crazy.
I suppose I'll wake up soon.
I'm
Have to go
I'm
back
crazy.
to my boring real
I know
life
I'm
job
actually
pushing
crazy.
buttons.
I know my mind
may
is
as
gone.
well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, He imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That's because I
Now
stopped
the voice
taking
was
my pills.
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me.
No, it's not
thinking
the
about how
voice
it's describing my thoughts.
I hear because I
he
don't
thought.
take my
And while he
pills.
thought it all
And that
very
creates a
odd,
vis
and
effect.
wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams.
So
the
should I
truth
listen
was
to
that,
the
of
boss?
course,
Yeah,
this was
maybe.
not a
No,
dream.
I don't know.
How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this.
Säga,
I
så
wish
det
it
går
could be
så
over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
You done? Not because awake? Oh, would you cut that? I'm still wondering.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear
Are
my
we
voice?
real?
Who am I? Who
What
am I?
tells me who are we?
And it
Who
was
knows?
black.
Are we real? Or aren't we real? Do you know if we are?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose
Kinda confused.
impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension,
Not gonna have to watch all those clips.
she had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. So we are done. Again. Cool. Yep. Something's wrong.
When When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room. Va-va-voom. What a room.
Yeah, it's a room.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, let's follow what he says.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. Ooh, no. I wanna go to executive bathroom. Come on. I wanna visit the executive bathroom island.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
I gotta brute force this.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
No.
2845.
Nope. No.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Gotta get through the story, come on. Wait, what if it's a 2845? The narrator may hate me right now. Okay, let's see what's with this so-called canon ending. Unless I get another choice.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now? when for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. I want to be free.
Word escape written on it. The truth was that at the end
I
of
want
this
to,
hall,
I
Stanley
want
would
to
meet his
break free. I want to break free from
The door behind
reality.
him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
So this is what freedom looks like.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Uh-oh.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Huh? What the? No. They didn't just write the name of a game.
Just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Ah, it's a museum. The two doors. Huh. Let's see the computers. The office. Mix the keyboard socket and synthesizer. Office computer set. No, I could play on it, on them. Reddit. Huh. Cool. Just this clock. We bust off. Wait, did I actually get the canonical ending? Maintenance room. Green light. Awards on. Okay. Wonder if I actually did the shooter ending and. Okay, these are some really weird mails. Okay, that's the lounge. So without wanting it, I actually got the true ending. Huh. Let's see the two options part, or maybe let's find the event. Let's see if there's a secret door or something. Sending. Alright. Escape menu. Monitor room elevator. Huh.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
I made my decision there. And my Twitch app crashed. Alright, so I'm dead.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
It was okay. What? My clock is signing certain up. Says it's almost I knew.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Where's a key card here? Let me look for a key card. Alright, let's try to see who we are talking about,
Look,
but
Stanley,
I'm
I think
neglecting.
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yeah, I wanted to restart anyway.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
I'll check one thing. I don't have that key in my layout.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay, it doesn't lead to anything back. I want to see first.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's try to obey.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
What the? I was like, alright, let's just follow a story. I bet the motherfucker got like, okay, yeah, too much anxiety here.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
No, I actually genuinely wasn't expecting that part there.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright, mind control facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
No. Fuck. And very close to everything. Well.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
And this one is the...
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
Yeah.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept
Why?
it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad
Mind
or
control
content.
status.
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Why? Why can't I even start to take the control? And control everyone myself? Why can't I do that? I want to control people. Oh wait, maybe I can. Yeah. Let's take control of them. Capacity power, huh? No. A building cast. I'm gonna turn on the mind control status. Let's finally turn on the last control on and get controlling the minds. Why isn't it turning on? Where can't I turn it on? This is 5 lights here, so maybe I gotta find the right order. Like a code. Wait. Therefore, the boundary. Maybe I have to turn 4 first. No. Let me check. I wanna check around. Wait. What if I activate the power of it? Would it allow me to take control? System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Exactly!
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley.
I ain't gonna accept that. I ain't gonna accept that. I ain't gonna accept that thing. Nah, 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 nah. I ain't gonna accept that thing. Alright, let's retry that.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
That one was weird. But still, let's go for
When
that.
Stanley came to a set of
can't
two
done
open
anything again.
doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
I wasn't genuinely expecting that. Like, at all. I wasn't expecting that one.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I have a strength to find out, and I wanted to take control of it, activating the button. But he tried to stop.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery wouldn't... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yeah.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me in the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again.
Okay,
Take
so
a look at the clock, Stanley.
It's
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Motherfucker. Motherfucker nuked me.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's see Vtuber ending if I turn it off.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
The narrator at this point is like, yeah, you already know about the door. There are actually still a lot of endings. From what I can understand, so I barely grasped any. But let's end today's stream with a freedom
Stanley walked
ending.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah. Let's see. Comes.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he
You
been
told
freed
me,
from
you
the
made them
machine's
disappear
grasp?
and make
What
me
other mysteries
press
did
the
this
buttons,
strange world
narrator.
hold? But as
You're
sunlight
still like,
streamed into the chamber,
yeah, but
he
I'm
realized none of
after
this
every
mattered to him,
ending because I didn't
for it
do.
was not
I'm still
knowledge
missing
or
a lot.
even power
I'm gonna do a
that he
second
had
one.
been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No
After
longer
this,
would
I'm
anyone
calling it
tell
a
him where
day.
to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
Let me drink.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
That's if we obey you. But we can call it a day for tonight. Okay. Not gonna lie, this shit is gonna take at least a second, like 1 or 2 more streams. Cause not for real, there's too much shit. But it's really enjoyable at the end of the day. I really enjoyed it and had some fun. And seeing as there are a fuck ton of extra endings, yeah. Some are outside of my reach right now. It's gonna take quite a lot. And I was just checking the opening. But yeah, I still hope you enjoyed the stream and had some fun about this. I think I'll see you back another day. I actually not another day. Tomorrow. I'm gonna see you tomorrow on the first Wifilia. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream and had some fun. And yeah, this was Victor Attaway. Shutting down. Good night, but good night.